Companies are looking to one-up each other with their wearable technology offerings at this year's Consumer Electronics Show, and Intel Corporation is in on the hunt. Steven Holmes is the Vice President of the New Devices Group at Intel, and he's joining me now. Hi, Steven.
Hello.
So one of the areas we really haven't heard as much about is wearable technology for infants. Tell us about the MeMo baby and why you guys are betting on this market.
Well, actually, it's a great example of how Intel can enable innovators around the world to make great products that are really going to change people's lives. The MeMo baby from Rest Devices actually allows parents to have the peace of mind of seeing their children's heart rate, their respiration, and their temperature, and to be able to respond to things that might happen during the day.
Even
or evening.
Heats up bottles for you. It's really incredible. But a lot of this wearable technology, not so much for infants, but if we're talking about watches, jewelry, it's still pretty bulky. It's not particularly chic. What are you hoping to do what are you hoping to create in your partnership with Barney's?
That's a great question. So Barney's and our partnership with the fashion industry is really going to make a huge difference, I think, in the way that people perceive wearables. Right now it's being driven really by technology companies who I think have a particular vision of what is reasonable for people to wear on their bodies. I think the fashion industry has been really innovating around what fashion and what people want to actually wear every day. By combining Intel's technology with the fashion industry, I think what we're going to see is products that we all really desire.
All right, I guess no sneak previews there. One of the things that you guys are rolling out is a pair of smart headphones. But I have to ask, I mean, if you already have a smartphone that's loaded with fitness apps, and say you maybe already have a Jawbone Up bracelet, do you really need smart headphones too?
The smart headphones are a great example of how Intel can actually use technology to make things simpler. A really good example is that these headphones, they provide you the same great music experience with application that you might have today, but they also measure your heart rate, and heart rate can be a really important training tool for athletes. Right now that is largely provided by people wearing chest straps or other devices that actually require a lot of care and maintenance. These just plug directly into the jack of your smartphone, and now you get that additional information and it lets you to have a better workout. So all without adding a lot of extra work for the user.
Okay, so what do you think is the biggest hurdle for the wearables market right now? Is it making this stuff visually attractive and chic, or is it, you know, setting yourself apart from the competition, because everyone's in on the wearables game right now?
I think it's a great question. Really, there's a few different things that I think are going to make a big difference in this market and allow wearables to meet their their ultimate place in our lives. One is, I do think that it's really important that they are more fashionable, things that we're comfortable wearing. They say something about ourselves, and so the bar is much higher around design. I think the other thing is that there's a lot of challenges people have already maintaining all the devices in their life. The things that we do to make that easier is really going to allow them to adopt this technology. A good example is the charging bowl that Intel showed, which allows you to drop wearable devices in it at the end of the day and get them charged for your next morning.
All right, Steven Holmes of Intel, thanks for joining us.